Welcome back to Legendary Mo Games. I'm your host, Joe, and you are watching episode 2 of our Fallout 4 coverage. This time, we have finally made it out of the vault. The world has officially ended, and now we are following Codsworth, who is currently touring around the city. As you can see, it was Halloween time right before they fell.
Your family isn't here either. They're really gone, aren't they?
Thanks for trying, Codsworth.
You can't give up, sir. What about the city? Concord is nearby, and, well, the people there have only shot at me a few times.
I like these people already.
Oh, good. Maybe you'll get along then, and they can help you find young Sean. I shall remain here and secure...
Alright, so, the idea is for us to head to Concord after this, but obviously this is Fallout 4, this is an open world game, and that is absolutely the last thing we are going to do right now, because, first of all, we have a brand new mechanic here, and this is going to be the workshop. Now again, I'm not going to make you sit and wait as I clean up the entire city. I'm just going to show very vaguely how to use it. So in other words, we're not to build anything yet, but what you can do is hit box or the left of the 4 buttons to scrap items. That scrap material will now be inside of your workstation. And now that the city's cleaned up, what is the use of all those items that we collected? As you can see right now in the workshop, you can actually scrap containers and it will put the items that were inside the containers in here. The rest of the items go to junk. And as you can see, that's all of your materials that you're able to use to build at that location. So, as you can see here, we got a pipe pistol in one of the dressers that we ended up scrapping. And it is weaker than what we have right now, so we don't need to take this with us. We can just throw it back in there right now, just so we don't take on the extra weight. Weight management is everything in here, especially when you're collecting a lot of goodies. So first up, we have the weapons workbench here, and this is where you're going to do all the modification on your weapons. So, as you can see, there are many different things you can upgrade on each different weapon style. So, for instance, your sights, as you can see here, the materials required, you can see on the right side. If you have them, they will be lit up. They will be darkened out if you don't have the materials. And this is the materials available in that workshop. So when you actually go to apply one of these modifications, you are essentially adding a mod to the weapon. Once a weapon is modded, you can also rename it if you want to. You just cannot rename legendary weapons. As you can see here, you do get experience boosts for modifying weapons. Now, the armor workbench works the exact same way, but stubbornly, as you can see, there are no modifications yet for the vault suit. So, that's all we can do at the moment with Sanctuary. Yes, we can start building, but I usually like to wait until Concord is over with. If you know the story, you'll understand why. So, one neat thing about the workshop mode, as long as you are still in the settlement, anywhere in the settlement, you can just hold the central button down to enter the mode, and you can just clean things up as you go and see. Just to get the cars and such out of our way. And as you see, every time we scrap something, it's adding that material into the workshop storage. So it does not go into your inventory. As you see, once we leave the area, it automatically kicks us out. So, finally getting away from Sanctuary Hills, let's get on our journey. And right off the bat, we have a raider who didn't quite make it. And that's okay, because we'll just acquire his stuff. Also a mongrel that didn't make it either. Looks like he was attacking it with that tire iron there. What you can do is you can actually grab characters and items and move them around, just like you can with Skyrim. All you have to do is press and hold the use button. As long as whatever it is not too heavy, you can pick it up and move it wherever you want. And now, we reach our true destination, the Red Rocket Truck Stop. Why is this so important? Well, it sure as heck isn't because of the ridiculous coolant prices. Say hello to our very first companion.
Hey, boy.
This is
What are you doing out
Dogmeat.
here all by yourself?
Or, as the game likes to just say, dog at the moment.
You lose your owner, buddy? Okay, then. Let's stick together.
Our faithful canine companion of suspicious origins is actually one of the better companions in the game. He cannot be killed, but
Go
on
check
top
that
of
out.
this, he can hold inventory for you in case you get over encumbered. And as you can see, he actually has a neat trait where he can be used to find nearby items, containers, and enemies. One thing to be aware of when you do this, though, so you go talk,
How you doing, buddy?
and then fetch,
Hey, boy. Think you can
and then
find
you can
something
have
for me?
them sort for either enemies,
if there's
items,
any
or
good stuff
containers
nearby.
that are nearby. But, like I said, beware, because as you see here, we are in the wilderness, and there are no items near us. He will attempt to search around the immediate area just to find something, but eventually if you lose him, and he just starts wandering off, as you can see there, the command window pops right back up. He cannot find anything nearby. So, just be careful where you use it. These fetch commands are much better used inside of cities or dungeons, somewhere you know there's going to be items and containers, more so than the overworld. As you can see, if we go back and get our dog, come on, buddy, back to the gas station. As he is sneaking up on the gas station. We can tell he's found nothing. So, let's go ahead and readjust what we have him searching for. So instead,
Hey.
let's re-enter the command. Just get out of whatever he's
How you
in.
doing, buddy?
And this time we're to ask him to look
Hey, boy.
for
Think you can find
containers.
something for me?
So this is dressers, this is anything that
find any
holds
goodies,
valuable
boy?
items. And again, keep in mind, we're in the overworld right now, and it actually tells us in the top left, dog didn't find anything. So, no containers that are relatively close to him, because he would have had to come all the way up here inside the gas station. So, really very useful when you're dungeon crawling, just to make sure you don't miss important things. But for right now, let's go ahead and explore what I like to consider my favorite starting base. Sanctuary Hills is amazing, but it takes a ton of resources to really build that thing out fully. The Red Rocket gas station, it is much easier to defend and really good for a starter home, as you can see in here. Now, one important thing we do want to check out is at the terminal here. There is a business entry that is suspicious. Let's go safe storage. And you'll notice they're talking about hiding barrels underneath the gas station. This is something that is extremely important about a lot of these terminals. You always want to check them periodically to see if anything really stands out or seems unusual, because a lot of these terminal entries will tell you about good things that are hidden nearby. So, apparently there is some sort of dungeon directly underneath the gas station we're in. So, let's go ahead and get things that seem important at the moment, and let's go check it out. Boston Bugle, plenty of goodies. As you can see here, we do have another workstation here, as well as a weapons workbench. We have a food cooking station outside, as well as a chemistry station. As you can see, these work the exact same way. Meat you can cook. These are usually better served in survivor mode, just because of how much stim packs heal you, but certain things you cook can have extra benefits, which is really good to use. So, I always like to just use up whatever I have that I can combine and make, because it all adds to your experience. And right now, as we swim through a sea of tires, let's go ahead to a chemistry station, and because of our intelligence, we can actually make a few things here. The buff jet is definitely one of the best power-ups in the game. As you can see, that actually caused us to level up. So, how are we going to spend these levels? That is the crucial thing here, as we make as many stim packs as humanly possible. Alright, so there's a reason I laid out the stats the way I did as we go to our level up screen, and that is because I want to get Local Leader immediately. So as you can see, it's in the Charisma tree. It is Charisma of 6. So keep in mind, with the baby book, we got it to 5. We can manually push it to 6 with the very first level up. Just like that. So now, all we need is one single level, and we can already have the ability to transfer all of our items between all of our settlements. So, just like that, let's go ahead and let's scout out that dungeon that's been hiding underneath the gas station. Because, you know, the inspector's coming, so let's immediately hide all of our hazardous materials directly under a flammable gas station. Sounds perfectly normal to me, as we get the glowing fungus that's nearby, as well as the brain fungus. Basically, just get anything. Just like with Skyrim, you want to always have as many ingredients as you can, collecting as much junk as you can, as long as you can offload it soon. And here it is. Oh, the humanity. What in the world were these people thinking? I have no idea, but we've got mole rats. And we've got, unfortunately, a king rabid mole rat down here as well. So, let's take our time. This is one of those situations where you definitely want to rely on bats. So go ahead, take one out, because they just about go down one shot with the 10mm, depending on how you hit them. And notice that one's aggroed, that one's aggroed. Let's go ahead and hit him. He's a surefire. And then we can go ahead and just regular FPS the last one. Just like that. Yeah. Just like that. I told you we would get that view issue fixed that we had before. So, just like that, we can see all the garbage they dumped down underneath the gas station. And this is absolutely a treasure trove, not just of getting brain fungus and the glowing as well, but there's actually some pretty cool items down here. It's just very well hidden in all the other junk. So, let's go ahead and take advantage of their negligence and push on to the other room, but be very careful, because something's got rabies in here. And he is definitely not going to go down one hit. So, take out the rabid mole rat to beat the snot out of him, and let's continue on as we clear out the den. We are not intruders, we are not the bad guy, we just happened upon it, and now we are just happening to take all the good stuff with us. Sorry, mole rats. We mean no harm. We're just taking it all.
If I only had a bobby
Except for
no bobby
the safe, because somehow we don't have bobby pins. I have no idea how that is. I literally thought you got them right at the beginning of the game. I had to have walked right past them somewhere. So we will definitely come back to that, especially since we will make Red Rocket Truck Stop one of our starter bases. So it's going to be right under us regardless. And just like that, as you can see, again, there's just so many neat things to grab here for rare resources, especially things like the coolant. But one thing you absolutely want to make sure not to miss is the duffel bag that's hidden over here in the corner. And that's because that's what's going to have all of your goodies. The more rare stuff, and again, this is where you could use Dogmeat to find this for you. As you can see, we even got Molotov Cocktail, as it's telling us how to favorite things. We'll get into that later. But for now, this area, just a really cool section for us to explore. And again, if you make your home here at the Red Rocket gas station, it'll literally be right underneath you. So as this as these ingredients grow back, you can just constantly have a regular supply of them. So now that that's done, let's go ahead and head back up, back to our gas station, and this time I want to go ahead and get the workbench started here, now that we have so many things to dump in. So, as you can see, we have the regular weapons one, but there is the big one. So the workshop, once you click it, this settlement is now active. And again, I just skip ahead to where I cleaned everything out. Now here is a quick leveling trick I warn you not to abuse too bad, but this is something you can do to get a quick level up, and I'll tell you why I'm doing it. Just make a regular wire fence, and the reason for this is because it only takes 2 wood. It's one of the cheapest things you can make, and you can literally just spam a dozen of them just from the trees alone that you cleaned up from the settlement. The only goal is to get to the next level, and here's why. So, once we have that level up, go ahead and just start rapid firing on this thing by re-scrapping all the posts that we just put up. So that way we end up only using 1 wood instead of 2, because now we get half of it back. And again, just going through here, just rapid click. If you misclick and place another one down, you're just getting even more experience. But here's the greater reason why you don't want to abuse this, because there are quite a few of the higher tier enemies in the game. They level with you. So if you use this trick and get yourself to like level 50 right at the beginning of the game, you're going to end up in Concord with stinking legendary, mythic death claws and everything else. I mean, it's an over-exaggeration, but you get the idea. The enemies are going to be outlandish at a point where you don't have resources to deal with them. So absolutely don't take advantage of that more than you need to. I did specifically so we can finally get the Local Leader Perk. And the whole purpose of that is, once we do our settlement after Concord, you can assign one of your settlers as a provisioner to run from one settlement to another. So for instance, we'll click the person, we'll tell them to go Sanctuary Hills. Once they do that, that means that all the items in the workshop in Sanctuary Hills will now be available in the workshop here at Red Rocket. So it just makes it to where you don't have to run items back and forth. You can just put it in one workshop and you'll have all those items available to use anywhere you want. So as a great stopping point for today's episode, we got ourselves Dogmeat, we've got our first little mini dungeon out of the way, and we've already got the local leader before even entering Concord. If you've not already, please check out our Fallout 4 playlist. Like, share, comment, subscribe so more people can see our videos, and we will see you back here next time. Take care, everyone.